Alrighty everybody, today a brand new adventure begins, and this time we'll be attempting to explore and survive in the brutal world of Dune. At the time of this recording, we're currently in October 2025. This game was released back in June, so as per usual, we are a bit late to the party. I'm going to be trying out this game for the very first time, going in completely blind with no knowledge of how to play. Our main mission for this first playthrough is simple. It's going to be all about learning how to play, how to survive, and eventually we're gonna dive into some late game PvP. Let's get started. Okay, so not gonna be too picky about what server we're gonna be playing in. Really, for this first playthrough, we're just trying to learn the game. So we'll go ahead and just pick this random official server. Earlier, I did boot up the game just to kind of tweak the graphics settings around, and I saw that there's quite a few cutscenes at the start. So I think at least for this first episode, I'm just gonna leave them in the video just for any new viewers that are not familiar with the game and are interested in following the Dune story. I will put up a timestamp just for anyone that's seen this a million times already and just want to skip ahead to when the actual gaming starts. Here it's asking us if we want to skip the opening tutorial sequence. We're not going to skip it because, like I mentioned several times already, I am not familiar with the game and I do want to learn it properly. And here it says, Dune Awakening features a guided journey that locks the research menu until certain steps are completed. We're going to go ahead and keep it locked. Again, just as a noob, it's just better if we follow the progression that the game recommends, at least until we know what we're doing.
Have they told you what I am? Then I will sift your words for lies. Let's begin.
Okay.
Where were you born?
So got 5 different choices for a birth location. Just gonna go ahead and read through all of these and pick the one that sounds good to me. Kinda liking this one, a forbidden ice world of mountain, tundra, and forest. And the dialogue trait is technologist, which sounds kinda cool.
The machine world. They skirt dangerously close to breaking the prescriptions of the Butlerian Gerhard. There is always work to be done. And millions like you to do it. I think the game just skipped this last category. I didn't get to choose whatever this is, it just automatically picked bondsman. So here we're supposed to pick who our mentor was. Reading through some of these, it seems like whatever you pick does matter because it will determine your starting ability. Like this one, the swordsman, you get a knee charge ability. This one, you're able to use your voice to force someone towards your position. Okay. Honestly, out of all these, I kind of like the swordsman the most. Just the knee charge ability sounds powerful. And I kind of want to make a physical build, like using swords and weapons up close combat kind of stuff. From the failed house of Genaz, I assume. What a waste that whole affair was. The test is almost complete. Have you spoken truth?
It says here I wish to recant, so maybe I could go back and change this option here that it picked for me.
Where were you born?
Yeah, we're back to the beginning, so it lets me do it again. That's good. Now, the section that got skipped, basically it's having you choose your class. So there's the bondsmen, who I guess are the citizen class, then there's the Na family, who is the nobility, and then the peons, who are considered the peasant labor force.
You've risen above your station. Most peons go their entire lives without seeing the inside of a starship. Come here. Kneel.
Let's do the test to see if I'm telling the truth.
Put your hand in the box. I hold at your neck the Jobii, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand?
Find the Fremen and wake the sleeper. Okay, that's her mission. Let's do it.
Good, you speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
Damn, this thing looks crazy, man. And the voice acting, always top notch when it comes to Funcom. It's always one of my favorite things. Going to Arrakis, I believe. Have never watched any of the Dune movies or read the books. Don't know anything about the lore.
You're wrong. It's just an off-world plan. No, not the Al-Shaheed Ahadi. No, Arista said it was just a dream. I agree, but she is almost Sayadina.
Okay. Think we're about to start playing now, finally. Let's go. Excited. Alright, and we are waking up in this cave here. Let me just move around a little, feel out the controls. Not able to sprint just yet. Oh, now we can. Alright, let's see. We'll take that. A lot of corpses here. So the crafting menu allows you to craft useful items from components you find in this world. We'll go ahead and open it. Gonna craft a knife. Press 1 to equip. Nice. And then we'll cut through this. Finding water. You need to hydrate. You can partially replenish your hydration levels by drinking dew from dew flowers. Okay. I did read a little bit about that. Apparently, you don't have to worry about hunger. It's all about hydration in this game. So that's going to be the main thing to survive. It's hydration. And we jump down. Ooh. Oh, took some damage. Plant fiber can be found and gathered all across Arrakis. Gather plant fiber to craft heal kits. All right, nice. Let's get a lot of this then. Feel like I'm going to be taking a lot of damage early on. I'll craft a bunch of these. So I jump down from here. Let's test out the climbing, see if it's just as good as Conan Exiles. Just the spacebar and then control to release, okay? Feels different than Conan. Conan climbing is just next level, is some of the best climbing in games. Just picking up all the plant fiber. I want to have as many heals as possible. All right, into the light.
So then, you're not quite dead. Now you will know a thing that few but the Fremen have seen. For many, the last thing they saw before they were slaughtered. Speak of our escape. Twin comets in the sky, a rebirth from fire and death, and a Sardaukar net closing around us. Your survival heralds interesting times, Offworlder.
So we're just gonna go through all these questions here and try and piece together the story.
Waste time in idle chatter. Your first lesson on Arrakis, then. Every exhalation is a waste of water.
Name yourself.
I am Xantara. My companion is Noctua. Now, shall we discuss our escape?
What is this place?
The Fremen name for it translates as the Valley of Echoes. A sacred place to the Fremen. A place of death and prophecy.
Okay, so how did we come to crash?
A portable rocket, I surmise, based on the damage.
Isn't this the guy that shot us though? I'm pretty sure that's him. I don't know why he's acting like he doesn't know.
No doubt the work of some desperate and dangerous outlaw. One with a burning hatred for the Emperor and all he represents. But there are so many fitting that description.
I must find the Fremen.
You found them, Offworlder. They stood watch over you while you slept.
The dead in the cave.
When the Sardaukar began their jihad, they hounded us across the desert.
What happened?
Some of my people were caught out by a passing wing of Sardaukar thopters. All they could do was take refuge in the cave and be ready for the assault to come.
So this guy is potentially a Fremen, and the people inside the cave that are dead, those are Fremen as
The
well.
assault never came. The Sardaukar used ancient weapons to collapse the cave entrance.
And I guess the Sardaukar is kind of the empire that's taken over this planet. They're trying to kill the
We
Fremen.
toiled for days to free them, digging until our fingers bled. And all the while we could hear their death chants. Red the night, dusky sky. Bloody death, didst thou die. An auspicious place for your rebirth, Offworlder. Whatever black fate awaited you in the Harkonnen slave pits waits for you no more. You are free from the bonds of servitude. Free to pursue a new destiny, whatever that may be.
So we got some answers. Now let's talk about the escape plan.
There's a way through the barricade, if you do as I say. We're gonna need one of their ornithopters. Their protocol is to remain aloft and kill anything that moves from above. That's where you come in. If you can slip back onto the Proteus and locate the command module, you can activate the captain's personal emergency transmitter. He's a noble. They're not allowed to let him die. Leave the rest to me.
But aren't the Sardaukar here to protect us?
His Majesty's Imperial Sardaukar care for naught but the Emperor's interests. And certainly not an errant prison crew bound for the slave pits of Neo Carthag. We are as vermin to them, Offworlder.
What about
You
the
must
other
kill them.
prisoners?
In other circumstances, their water would be a valuable resource. But with the Sardaukar here, we do not have time to claim them.
Do we kill them all?
Only those that get in your way. Think of it as a kindness. They will not survive Arrakis for long.
Alright, so enter the ship, find the captain, activate the transmitter.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Take this Communinet transceiver. It's essential for planetary communication. Now go, and be quick. The Mother Storm is upon us.
Ooh, the Mother Storm is upon us. Let's go. First mission, gotta get in that ship and do a bunch of stuff.
Stick to the shadows, Offworlder. The heat of the sun is deadly to the unprepared.
Can we drink water? Not yet. Alright, we gotta stay in the shadows to avoid sunstroke. Good to know.
The guards have sealed themselves inside. Search the prisoners for a cut array. And Offworlder, be careful.
Alright, let's figure out this
The
cut array.
is primarily a mining tool, Offworlder. You'll need it for harvesting resources. Using it to cut open ships is an added benefit.
So the cut array mainly used for farming, but we're gonna use it to break into this ship. Wow, that's a very satisfying piece of technology to
The
use.
captain's room is blocked by a pentashield. You'll need a pentashield key to pass through. See if there's another way forward.
Won't be able to go through these doors. We need a special key. Gotta find another way. Should be able to melt through this one though.
Ready your weapon, Offworlder. The guards won't hesitate. Neither should you.
Alright, first fight coming up. Light attacks, left mouse click. Let's do it. Got him. Ooh. Now we can parry. Time your block just as the enemy attacks. So we press right mouse and then hold to block. Okay, let's see if we can do it.
Parry your opponents just as
Okay, that was bad.
This should stagger them, giving you a window of opportunity.
Come on. Oh man.
Eyes on target.
Oh, there we go. Oh. There's a second one.
On enemy.
There we go. There's a third one. When it comes to parrying, my timing just has always been bad in video games. I always do it too early. Oh, so there is a dash and we can use it when we get staggered. That's what I was wondering about. I was like, the staggering is so crazy in this game. Now we can do a heavy attack. Heavy attacks are slow, they break, block, and cause stagger if they land.
Eyes on hostile.
That's the pentashield key. Once you equip it, you can pass through the shield. Get to the captain and activate that transmitter. I'll be there soon.
Alright, get to the captain, let's go. Oh, he's dead already? Don't gotta fight him.
We only need the leader.
Yeah, he's definitely the guy that shut us down. I just don't know why he's kind of not being upfront about it.
I hear I'm a wanted man.
Oi! Utland scum! I man tukta lasto breath ada hung un valo arsund. De dia abada.
I know. That's why I brought you here.
Stitch.
The Thopter will have the codes to get us through the barrier. Ever fly an ornithopter? It's simple enough. But my leg is bad and I won't be able to work the pedals.
The wings look kind of crazy. The way they flap.
Get ready. They'll be on us as soon as we break through. There's too many. Turn us into the storm. They won't follow.
Get up, Wolf-Welder. I couldn't wait for you. But now you need to run.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Storm is coming. Run. Now.
And here it is. The infamous worm that Dune is known for. Biggest threat on this desert planet. Let's go. Should be safe here.
You made it, Wolf-Welder. Catch your breath. When the Thopter went down, the storm took us far off course. My leg is bad. I need to lay low and treat it before it gets worse. But fear not, Wolf-Welder. Noctua can cover the ground between us with little effort. She will be my eye in the sky so I can continue to offer my sage advice and keep you on this side of the grave. Figure out how to craft yourself some clothing. That Mauler outfit won't cut it out here.
Alright, so first things first, we gotta get ourselves equipped. Gotta research makeshift clothing in the research menu. Let's do it. So this is where we're gonna learn everything that we need to know. Now we'll go ahead and craft our makeshift armor.
The War of Assassins has left debris scattered all over this sector.
Damn, look at us.
Salvage metal from the wreckage with your cutter and use it to make a Mauler pistol and darts. Don't let the Imperial disdain for ranged weapons lead you astray. Very few people are foolhardy enough to use shields this deep in the sands. And that is to your advantage.
Gotta get some salvage metal and then we'll research the pistol and we should be able to get our first gun. We'll get the pistol and then some ammunition, some darts. So next it says that we have to secure a respawn point. We gotta research the respawn beacon. So kind of like a bedroll.
This used to be Fremen territory, but the War of Assassins and the Sardaukar pogrom put an end to that. Now the sector is crawling with scavengers, fighting over the scraps of Imperium technology left in the wake of this so-called noble war. But that's to your advantage, Wolf-Welder. Allow them to do the hard work of gathering the salvage, and then take it from them. Don't hesitate to kill them all. They would do the same to you.
Looks like we're going after our first scavenger camp. These camps can hold salvage metal, fuel cells, and other valuable items. Gonna need to craft some binoculars now and use those binoculars to scout out those camps. Let's see, take a peek. Nice. Looks like there's something here. Ooh, actually that's a camp right there. Alright, let's scope it out. So I'm looking here at this camp, but the journey step's not getting complete. Let's try the gun. There we go. Next quest is saying to use our knife. So we'll finish looting up here and then make our way to another camp. We're gonna use this knee charge Q ability, see if that completes the quest. Ooh, got one of these. Should get quite a bit of salvage metal here. So that's some copper ore. It's gonna be blue. Don't know how valuable copper is, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mine all this here. I'm sure that's probably going to be one of the journey steps in a bit. Oh, you can jump while you climb. That's cool. They should add that for Conan. All right, let's try and use this Q ability, see if it completes this next journey step.
Who's that? Eyes on enemy.
Oh,
It's obvious you've had some training off-worlder, but nothing can truly prepare you for what the desert has in store. Hone your skills and harden yourself to the violence you must do to survive. Remember, Arrakis will sharpen you or kill you.
we can spend skill points in the skill menu to unlock new abilities, techniques, and permanent bonuses. Alright, what can we do here? So we already have the knee charge. That one's pretty cool. Looks like the next one is deflection. You enter a defensive stance, deflecting darts that are fired at you. Honestly, I think we kind of need this. Just like in that last fight, we were getting kind of destroyed with those darts. This one will come in handy.
Without a still tent, you're easy prey to the sandstorms that sweep across the desert. Those storms tear flesh from bone and shred metal like paper. Unless you'd like to share a cave with some scavengers, your best bet is to build your own shelter. Build a construction tool and place out a sub-fief console. You'll be claiming a portion of the planet's surface for your very own, or rather borrowing it from the Emperor. I'm a little hazy on the specifics.
Alright, we get to build our base now. One of the coolest parts of any survival game, building your own shelter. Trying to think of where to build our starter base, and looking here at the map, it seems like we're very close to that beginning area. So I think we should head north just a bit more. The issue is we do not want to walk on open fields like that because that worm's gonna come out. Looks like there's something cool over there, some kind of camp. Now the question is, do we have enough stamina to make it over there? I don't know, that looks kind of far. Let's go. Oh, no. That is something right there. I don't want to die just yet. All right, let's go for it. Oh, that feels so far. Here it comes. I think we might be dead. Oh no, come on. Come on. Oh jeez. Oh, it's kind of far. Okay. Should be able to make it, right? How fast does it move? Not exaggerating, my heart was beating so fast just now. So this place looks like maybe a good location to build, right next to this camp. Looks massive. Let's get some of this granite that we need to build our base. Oh, what happened? Might be a thirst issue. Need some water. Might be a good idea to build our base next to some dew flower because water runs out really quick. Good news is the cut array is working once again. Definitely had to do with me being thirsty. Got all the stone we need now to build our base. In order to do that, we're gonna need to research the basic construction kit, which is this one right here. Honestly, for a tutorial kind of thing, it's pretty good. Just walking us through the basic stuff. I don't feel completely lost. Now we gotta construct and interact with the sub-fief console. This is the control center of a base where you manage player permissions, storage, and power distribution. It would be cool to build up there. But to make our lives easier, we should just build on the ground so we don't have to be climbing. Maybe in this area, right above the dew flower. Looks like there's a good amount here. Yeah, this is the spot. I like it.
Congratulations. You are now the proud owner of an Imperial sub-fief. More of a sub-fief. But it's enough for now. Get your construction tool out and get cracking. It's not a shelter without walls and a roof.
We'll start by placing down 4 foundations. It's taking me a couple minutes to figure out the construction tool. I thought it'd be very similar to Conan, but it is a little bit different than the building hammer. That's a cool feature. You get to kind of create a projection of the base that you want. And then once you're ready to go, you gotta hold the left mouse click. Now we're gonna need some walls and a door. And last but not least, the roof. Alright, been waiting for this all day today. We can now finally craft some small storage containers to safely store our loot. This one's important too. Gotta build the fuel powered generator and then put some fuel cells inside, and this is what powers your base, I guess, the decay timer kinda.
The sub-thief console comes with an automatic shield system that will keep your base safe from the sandstorms. Just keep the generator fueled or the storms will tear at your walls. And it goes without saying, don't build on open sand. Seal your base, off-worlder. Maintain good water discipline, and it will keep you alive. You've done well licking flowers and sucking sap, but you need a consistent source of water. And the best source out here is blood. Extract it, store it, refine it, and drink it. Raw if you're really desperate. And don't mind throwing up. Actually, don't drink it, unless you really have to.
So I think now, before we get started with the next thing, I'm just gonna hydrate real quick, and we are gonna find a more efficient way of hydrating ourselves. That's kind of the next task. Now for this new improved method of acquiring water, we're gonna need to craft ourselves a blood extractor and some blood sacks. We gotta take down some NPCs and then we'll extract our blood, which is kind of funny. The last game that I played is V-Rising, which is a vampire game, and in that game, in order to stay alive, you do need to drink blood. And now here we are on Dune, and you also need to rely on blood to stay alive. All right, we're gonna go check out this camp up here. Reloading. Oh, dang. We gotta go. Alright, got one down. Oh, scary guy coming through. Switch to this. Oh. Dang it. Run, run, run. Yeah, these shielded NPCs are giving me quite a bit of trouble because I gotta do this slow moving attack, but they're much faster with their light attacks. Now this guy again.
Enemy found!
These shielded ones have become my least favorite. My timing is just always horrendous with the slow attack. I just end up getting staggered by their light attacks and forget how to dash. At least we got some blood now though. Just gonna grab a few more. I wanna at least fill this blood sack. We're gonna try out the shield now, see how it works. Alright, the blood sack's full, can't get any more. I think we'll stick around just a little bit longer, look around here, see if there's any good loot we can take. Ooh, got some good loot. Picked up a hollower Stillsuit mask, but I'm not able to equip it for some reason. More fuel cells. Got intel points. This camp is pretty good. There's a lot of containers we can loot here. Even picked up that fancy helmet. I think we're set here, looted pretty much everything. Gonna head back to base now and set up a blood purifier so that we can process this blood into water. This machine should be a game changer. Not gonna need water as frequently. Here's the blood sacks. We'll deposit.
You're probably feeling it by now, off-worlder. Spice. It's everywhere on Arrakis. The air, the sand, the blood. It prolongs life, expands consciousness, and triggers some very vivid dreams.
Sacred to the Equan Bedouin. Here, Wally faced the trials of ALQ, proving their knowledge of the Fremen ways. 7 steps. Set your feet. Follow the uncertain path. Keep moving. The only true death is stagnation.
It says here, we just had a spice dream. On awakening, you are protected from harm for a short time. Move to continue your journey. All right, let's finish using this. I do want to deposit more blood. We'll go ahead and drink a bit. All right, so ended up getting this special quest here. It says, follow your inner sight to the first trial. This will help you find your way to the next chapter of your story. First trial, check it out. All the way here. Before we head there though, I had this other random quest pop up where I have to deliver 50 granite rocks. I want to know where I can deliver that. Here it is. So there's actually a journey steps section here in the menu, and it tells you all about your journey steps. It says here we have to deliver it to the Griffin Reach trade post. Looking here at the map, the trade post is actually closer than the first trial location, so we'll go there first, then head over to the first trial. Here we are, made it to the trade post. It was a decently long walk. Really can't wait until we get one of these so that we can travel much faster and we won't have to worry about the sandworm. Yeah, this is the right place. This is where we mess with all the contracts. Let's turn it in. There's a bounty here too. Santara the outlaw has murdered and terrorized the bondsmen of Arrakis for too long. Bring his head. That's crazy. So the guy that's been helping us out, we can turn his head in and we'll get a ton of money. I don't know about that though. So this is a pretty cool location. We'll definitely come back and explore it more thoroughly later on. Right now, I do want to get back to that first trial. And guys, I desperately need your help. Please, in the comments, give me some advice. Tell me what are the best skills here for me to invest my points in. I'm gonna wait off on learning anything new because I don't want to waste them on a useless skill. So all you veterans out there, if you can share some knowledge, be greatly appreciated. Gonna start making our way to the first trial. Let's go. This might get tricky here. We gotta go right over there across this open field. Not really willing to risk it, so we'll just go the long way. We'll go to this next closest one and then we'll see from there. You ready? Oh my gosh. Spooked me. Next best thing is to cross right over here. So it says when you complete a contract like we just did, its rewards are automatically added to your backpack. If your backpack is full, you can go to contract menu and then you can claim it there later on. Alright, good to know. Was curious if there was an auto run button, and thankfully there is. Right shift. Unfortunately, you're not able to auto run and use the crafting menu or anything really. Your character just stops walking. Would be cool if they added that to the game though. Alright, made it safe and sound. Let's see what's waiting for us here. This place looks insane, guys. Holy smokes.
Who is it that thinks?
Feel like there's gonna be quite a bit of cinematics here, so I will leave them on the video just for anyone that's interested in the lore. But again, if you want to skip ahead, there should have been a timestamp up on the screen.
Our God gave us the burning eyes of Allah and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar. Rest in black shade.
Ooh. Okay, so that eye can hurt you. All these eyes can.
When we began our wandering, we suffered until suffering was a thing we came to know within our souls. Arrakis is suffering. When we found it, we were hope. On Harmontep, we were made to suffer. Our children taken and made slaves. They denied us the Hajj. Never to forgive, never
Gotta make a jump.
The weight of a kindly God is a fearful thing. Did not God give us the burning sun to defy? Suffering leads to defiance. And where does defiance lead?
What just happened? I think I died. Can I climb? Yes, I can. Did not know I could climb here. Let's go, let's go. Oh, just barely made it.
Defiance leads to thought. Who is it that thinks? Those who suffer. Remember how Ibn Qutayba. Defiance leads to thought. Who is it that thinks? Those who suffer. Remember Harmontep. Bila Kaifa.
Still there, off-worlder? Your signal drifted for a moment. No matter. A thought occurs. When the Sardaukar began their purge, many Fremen were slaughtered. The ones that were not abandoned their caves, leaving valuable resources behind. Valuable resources that just might contain the makings of a Stillsuit. Take what you need. Their ghosts will not object.
Alright, so moving on with the storyline. Next, we have to locate those caves that have that spiderweb looking thing. Apparently there we have to pick up some items, and then those items will help us craft a Stillsuit. There is one of those caves all the way here. It's going to be quite the walk, but at least it's close to our base already, which we're headed there anyway. Actually just got really lucky and found another one of those caves here halfway back to base by the trade post. Perfect, there's that EMF generator that we needed. Now we're gonna need to harvest some copper ore, which we've been doing all day so far. Some copper right out here. Better return to base, drink some water from the blood purifier. Then we research a fabricator and then construct it. Let's do it. Yeah, one of our first priorities is definitely gonna be to get that flying thing that everyone talks about. Because this map is massive, there is a lot to explore, and it takes a lot of time to get from point A to point B. There's our base, home sweet home. First things first, let's get some hydration going. That's all the water we got. Runs out quick, so I might want to set up maybe like 2 more once we expand our base. Nice, got our fabricator up and running. Now we'll use this machine to craft our new armor, the Stillsuit. I love the animation for this bench, basically a 3D printer from the future.
Impressive, off-worlder. Just remember, if you didn't connect the tubes between the calves and the thigh pads just right, you'll be drinking your own liquefied feces. And that does not count as hydration, by the way. I have good news, off-worlder. My leg has recovered enough that I will risk it to move forward. I know a place in your sector where we can meet. Craft a survey device so you can figure out how to get there and join me.
Okay, continuing on now. I was looking over the journey steps, and check it out, we are almost done with this section here, a new beginning. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and try and finish these up before the end of this day 1 episode. Let's do it. Moving on to the next quest, we're being asked to craft a small ore refinery, and we'll be using this to finally process all that copper ore we've been collecting today. Nice, so I'll let this cook, and in the meantime we'll continue with the next quest. We need to research the surveying kit. Then we'll use our fabricator and make a survey probe launcher.
Did you get a probe made? Good. Static discharge from the sandstorms makes map data extremely unreliable on Arrakis. But if you can get it high enough, A handheld probe can gather enough local data to give you a snapshot of the region. Climb somewhere high and fire off the probe. Just don't let the Saga spot you.
All right, here we go. Hopefully this is high enough for this launcher. 22 seconds on the timer and we should have this area mapped out.
Very good. I'm going to the Griffin's Reach trade post. Come and find me there. Just remember to be careful crossing the sands. Move from rocky ground to rocky ground. Learn how far you can move on sand before the worm comes. And remember, look both ways before you cross the desert.
Guys, check it out. It worked. We have this area fully mapped out now. It's going to be much easier to move around now. All right, now we're going to meet up with our old pal Centaura over at the trade post. We're being asked to complete some of the contracts there. Kind of crazy that he's willing to meet up here even though there's a bounty for his head. If you wanted to betray him, it would be the easiest money in the world.
Alas, Offworlder, it seems my fame precedes me even here, at the arse end of the Haga Basin. Your Emperor's lackey, Count Fenring, has put an obscene bounty on my head. And while I'm flattered to be his great boogeyman, the added attention is making life complicated. Take a look around. There's a contract on the board that might interest you, but be careful. Civilized men are not to be trusted.
Okay, so don't trust civilized men. It says here, attention, there is money to be made from delivering copper to this trade post. Seems easy enough, let's do it. It's gonna need 40 copper ore. I am curious though, when the sand goes up like that in the horizon, does that mean that an actual player is walking by that area and is activating the sandworm? Obviously I'm in the starter zone right now, so I don't really know how the MMO component works for Dune. Like, am I able to run into players here in this regular PvE area, or do I only see them in the PvP areas? Let's go ahead and turn these in now. And it says, finally, I've waited weeks for this copper. You have proven that you can deliver, so I might have some more work for you. Nice. Now we gotta buy some kind of schematic. I can't even pronounce whatever item that is. Good thing I brought some coins or else we would not have been able to buy this. Got a new contract up on the board and we're supposed to complete it. We have to go to this shipwreck and then acquire this Holtzman amplifier.
You're going to find, Offworlder, that Arrakis is a planet of unique opportunity. No former prisoner would ever have access to the military technology of the great houses. But with the war, chaos reigns. Ships crash and are shot down, sometimes spilling military-grade materials onto the sands. The Fremen know the ways of the desert and how to do a lot with very little. The Imperium, on the other hand, have infinite resources and the production capacity of countless worlds. Plunder them, Offworlder. There is a shipwreck near here. Slip inside and claim your share of the spoils.
Yeah, it's this one here. He said it was nearby, but I don't agree with that. It does not seem nearby. If any of you guys know, is there an easier way of coming down from really tall cliffs? Because the climbing downward is not very efficient. It's just I gotta let go and hold on, wait for the animation, let go again and hold on. Is there like a smoother way of coming down? All right, we've made it to our first shipwreck. These are massive structures, often visible from afar. And here you're able to find components needed to create weapons and armors. That's good to know because I'm looking forward to upgrading some of this stuff. Maybe the weapons. Oh, okay. Gotta retreat. Got one. Oh, shoot. You might be dead here. Alright, this outside area is cleared. Now we gotta focus on finding the microflora fiber and the amplifier. Cool little feature about our Stillsuits, by the way, that I just found out about. Apparently it collects water over time in these catch pockets while we wear it, and we can consume water from it. Just gotta press F in case we ever do need to hydrate in an emergency. Just slowly making my way through the shipwreck. Don't want to get ambushed. Let's see what we got in this room. Maybe in here. We got the mechanical parts. Now I just need the fiber and the amplifier. I feel like I should have put maybe a respawn beacon right outside. This place is giving me a lot of anxiety right now. Oh my gosh. Spooked me. Been going around and around this shipwreck and I cannot find the flora or the amplifier. I feel like it can be a little bit difficult sometimes to know what's a lootable container versus kind of a prop. Okay, there's the flora. So they're gonna be in these chests. That's good to know. Been here a while, kind of getting worried about once the NPCs start respawning, we're gonna be trapped in here, nowhere to run. Guys, I am so dumb, I'm sorry. I completely forgot that we can go through doors with the ray gun. And I just been wandering around the same places for like 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of loot. I think we got a better gun. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's awesome. And how much flora we got? 9. We need 1 more. Now we should be able to do a bit more damage. Don't want to miss anything. Is that it? Yep, last one. Now we just need the amplifier and we can get out of here. Oh, they're already respawning. This gun is awesome though. Just shreds through all these NPCs. Dang it, this amplifier, man. Could it be this? No, this is what I looted already. Oh, there's more. Got some free armor this time. Loot's so much better here at these shipwrecks. Alright, I finally ended up getting tired of just wandering around in circles and decided to just look it up online. And that amplifier is going to be in that room with the hologram. Yeah, it should be here. Right here. No way, come on. Alright, let's get out of here. We'll go through the top. This was crazy, man. A lot of fun, a lot of nerves. Gonna finish up this quest. Need some plant fiber. Got some right here. Nice. Then some copper ore, which we got right here. So now, should we go back? I think we're gonna make our way back to the trade post. We're gonna turn this quest in, and then we'll go back to base, and I think... yeah, we'll need to use the fabricator to upgrade our armor. Now that we've upgraded our weapon, the game just feels a whole lot better. Way more fun. You know, originally I was actually gonna end this episode once we crafted this wetsuit, but I thought about it and I decided to just go a little bit longer, and I am so glad we did because the game just became so much more fun once we upgraded this gun and visited that shipwreck. I'm so glad I stuck around because I think I would have been left a little bit underwhelmed if I had stopped earlier. Let's go ahead and deliver the goods and finally be done with this quest. It says here, you got the amplifier. Great work. Oh, I'm dead. Oh my gosh, how did I survive that? Gotta remind myself this is not Conan Exiles. Home sweet home after that massive adventure. Lots of new upgrades coming up. We're gonna get this new armor, a new gun upgrade, which is the one that we picked up over at the shipwreck, and of course a new short blade as well. Excited to try this one out, see if it makes as big of a difference as upgrading your gun. So this armor is all copper stage.
I have crossed the Vermilius Gap, off-worlder, and I still haven't shaken my unwanted followers. I'm afraid I must delay our reunion until... well, I fear drastic measures might be required. But fear not, off-worlder. You've come this far alone. I'm impressed. You're a long way from that mewling mauler I dragged from the wreckage of the Proteus. Listen, you'll need a vehicle to cross the sands to the Paranorth and reach the gap. But vehicles require components that aren't created here on Arrakis. Arrakis has a long history, off-worlder. More than you might imagine. Some things, like the Imperial testing stations, contain echoes of the past. But more importantly, they contain stockpiles of components you'll need. Just be careful. Those old ruins are a beacon for all kinds of scum.
Oh, look at that. We look so cool. Now that is awesome. Love the designs. So it says here, Centauro has traveled on north into the Vermilius Gap, where he will wait for me once more. Before I can follow, I will need to build a vehicle to cross the warm zone, and the components I need lie deep within an Imperial testing station. Honestly, this kind of seems like its own mission, like a big mission, and we're kind of moving on from this beginning area. So I kind of want to leave this for maybe a day 2 adventure so that we can start from there, because that's kind of exciting to finally build our first car and all that, and finally get to travel those areas where the war might kill you. So I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. We are gonna save that for day number 2 and continue on forward from there. So I hope to see you all back here for that. Had a good time. I'm happy I stuck around a little bit longer till up until the point where we went to the shipwreck and got myself some new weapons, some new armors. That was a real game changer. Just made the game much more exciting, and it seems like it's only gonna get more exciting from here. We're gonna get a car. Eventually, I'm assuming we're gonna get that flying thing. Should be fun. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more Dune Awakening, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you on day number 2. Take care.